iCan has sound.
Okay, we're seeing...
That looks like it was working. Everything else I tested was just fine. Oh.
Fantastic. So anyway, spaghetti...
Go out and come back in. All right, fine.
Spaghetti and potatoes. Obviously, the baked potato is a very, very strong choice, especially if you got a can of baked beans in the house.
Because you are a Celt and you're contractually obligated to say potato.
But here's the thing. Which one I would go for would depend on what else was in the store cupboard. If I had baked beans, bit of cheese, maybe some bacon if I was that way inclined, it's the potato all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
But
thank you very much.
If I had a chicken breast or some form of vegan protein and some pesto within easy reach.
Yeah, you would go for the nudes.
It's a spaghetti party. That sounded weird. Let's move on. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody. I know this is weird and we're coming in strangely. It is a very busy week for me. I just got like a beans and potato. Oh, Scott, you've never been to England. Yep, that's a very common lunch thing here.
So picture the scene. Push the button. Push the tangent button.
Oh my god! I don't have it for this view. I'll just push the emoji. There you go.
Okay.
Big surprise.
So my old boss at the comic shop was a guy called Mike Stead. Mike was fantastic. He would psychically cause mean customers to have accidents once they were out of eye line, that kind of thing. And Mike varied wildly between being super carnivorous and also being super vegetarian. And in between, he just had no impulse control. One of the very first things he said to me was, "Hi, I'm Mike, I'm your manager, and my boyfriend and I have fucked in every room in this shop."
What?
Yeah, I miss him.
Who would say that? That is an interesting choice.
He was a nice guy. But periodically...
I am losing the thread of how this connects to spaghetti.
Hold fast. So, he went through a period where he decided to off-road. And the thing is, none of them had any money, so they just used to off-road in a Mini with slightly thick tires. It went really badly.
And by slightly thick tires, you mean maybe a normal-sized tire?
Yeah,
because it's thick for a Mini.
Yeah. And they
Hello, Parasocial. Excellent timing.
And they did this all around an area called Keighley in the Worth Valley in Yorkshire. This is notable for one thing and one thing only. And that is that the Bronte sisters grew up around there. I have a couple of Keighley and Worth Valley stories as well, but they're not on an English literature level.
Okay, you've got
for another time.
4 levels of tangent there. You gotta bring this home.
But Mike, during his vegetarian off-roading period, stopped in at a place in Keighley, and they came up to him and went, "Do you want some lunch, love?" And he's like, I'd love some, thanks. What's your vegetarian option?" And he said the waitress looked at him like he had recently landed from Mars.
So she said chips, right?
It's even better. She went, "Tell you what, love, I'll just go get it for you." And 10 minutes later, she returned with, and this is how he described it right down to the action, a baked potato with a fountain of chips shoved into the middle of it. So what I'm saying is the baked potato is a strong choice if you don't have any pesto. Hi, welcome to the show.
How many things do we do here that don't revolve around potatoes?
Very few. We do 3 things on this show, but today, tonight, things are going to be a little...
Tonight things are going to be very stabby, right?
Normally we do an opening monologue, then we do a thing, which is normally a story or a game, and then we do some shenanigans. You're getting the shenanigans, but we got a princess to go shank.
Yeah, we're going to probably cut pretty quick to the chase tonight. Though we do have a couple things to talk about really quick. First of all, our amazing fan art. Which is
How
lovely.
Freaking gorgeous is that? Oh my God.
Go and read the Tumblr post, because they talk about the sculpture in the background of the fan art as being like a sound-driven statue. And of course, it's absolutely perfect for Peter. And I look forward to 3 years from now when Alex realizes we've tweeted about it.
For those of you who missed this, Alex responded to a tweet about Peter Lucas from 2019.
Mr. Newell is either time traveling or
we are moderately
not an advanced user of social media.
I responded with, "Do you want to get tenanted? Because this is how you get tenanted."
But it is a very lovely piece.
It's
Speaking of fan art, we could use some more. If you guys have suggestions, especially like Malachi fan art from Rogue Maker, we would really love to be able to feature some. So send it our way. Tag Ducky if you'd like. We would really, really like to make some more fan art available.
Definitely. Also, real quick, Rebecca, so if you have olive oil and pine nuts and parmesan, you got pesto fixins.
What did you say again?
Olive oil, pine nuts, and parmesan.
Right, but where's the basil that makes it green? That's what pesto
Doesn't
is.
have to just be basil.
Yes, but you do need a vegetative matter. Otherwise, you have
alien
complex
blood sauce.
aioli.
We've been over this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We're not gonna give. This is not a. Stop! I've already had dinner. Everybody's getting very hungry. I seriously sense in Rubesco's future that some Deliveroo is going to be arriving.
Also, if somehow you haven't seen You Suck at Cooking on YouTube, look up You Suck at Cooking on YouTube. Specifically, the alien blood sauce episode.
Very much aioli with ideas above his station. That's exactly what I was going to say. Sun-dried tomato pesto is excellent. Walnut pesto is okay as well. We have done,
we've done a few.
We did the thing with the birthday cake a couple of years ago. Chili pesto.
Intriguing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could be persuaded to do more cooking stuff. Probably not this weekend.
Can we stop the princess now, please? Okay, so.
You may continue.
Thank you. Normally, this is where we do an opening monologue, but we have a couple of important things to talk about first. One, we wanted to talk. What? Now you're just being creepy.
I'm being attentive.
Okay. First of all, we wanted to thank everybody for the fan art and to request more. And secondly, I put a link in the chat earlier. Let's see if I still have it available on my paste feature. I do! The amazing Four Rats, who has joined us this evening, has just launched his crowdfunding for Anchor 643, which will be a new sci-fi audio drama.
You know people in this.
Yes. Can we just say you may recognize some of the names involved? And we're very excited about it, and it's just launched today, so please do go and check it out and lend a hand, because we're really looking forward to recording it. And we've seen some of the behind the scenes art and stuff, and it's so
Oh my
cool!
god. Oh my god. There is so much fun, clever stuff in this. There is a gimmick that is being used in the world building for this that I have genuinely handled a stack of the holy book of your choice, never seen before. And it is so pretty and so cool.
It's going to be really awesome. We're really looking forward to it. So please do go check it out. Talked about the fan art. We will talk about scheduling at the end of the podcast.
Yes.
Because I'm about to go away for a week, so we're going to have Alistair Improv Power Hour for a couple of streams.
We could actually do that, but we shouldn't do that. Let's move on.
It would just be you trying not to laugh as you mimed yourself in a box at the camera, let's be honest. I've ruined it now, haven't I?
Let's just straight to fucking fine. Great.
Fine!
Fucking plan M.
Exactly. But we'll talk about that more after the stream when we do some shenanigans later this evening. Business, Eldritch. I am going to do business things will be occurring for me in the place of the business.
Which is why I am not going with.
Well, yes. That and,
money.
Minimizing exposure, because this is international travel and safety protocols. If you can think of one, I've taken it. Trust me. But
there is a crate of Clorox wipes.
The crate of Clorox wipes just arrived. And I'm like, how many of them can I put in my suitcase? All. Well, not all. I have to leave some room. So I think that was all the important up top stuff. Can we go? Okay, why don't you set the scene and we'll talk about what it is we're playing. And I will remind everybody that it has some very gnarly content warnings. So I'm going to put those all up in the stream while Alistair gives a little recap.
Let's see if this works. Previously on Slay the Princess.
Dong dong!
Thank you. Slay the Princess is the second game from Black Tabby Games, friends of the show. Fantastic game devs behind the ongoing Scarlet Hollow, which is well on course to be one of my all-time favorites.
Speaking of favorite potatoes.
Favorite potatoes,
yes.
Gretchen. Who's the good dog? Oh, is it me? I hope so.
Moving on.
Slay the Princess is suspiciously simple, or at least it starts off as simple.
And it's a demo.
Yes, it's a demo where you have been sent to slay a princess who, if she lives, will end the world. And the narrator informing you of this is voiced by one Jonathan Algonquin Sims.
Can you imagine what our first playthrough was? It was me arguing with the narrator and wanting to define terms.
You
and
lawyered
ask,
up. You She-Hulked out.
I lawyered up for our first playthrough. It did not go well. So this is the thing for you to watch in daylight with support animals. Absolutely for us. Have a lovely evening.
Yes,
Thank you so
indeed.
much.
So we did 2 complete run-throughs, one of which was us actively questioning the narrator and the, frankly, line of bullshit that he is feeding us.
We then attempted to flee the scene, as is not often the case. That was not successful. And now we are going to return and
we are papering over
You know
something.
that part? Say again?
We are papering over something very disturbing.
Yes, but we're not going to give it away as a spoiler for people who haven't watched the VOD yet. But there a lot more happens. Let's just say it may happen again.
It may very well.
Let's be honest. You know that part in a Muppet movie where they give a Muppet a pair of scissors or a knife and they go, ah, and run? That's what we're about to do.
What kind of terrifying-ass Muppet movies did you see as a kid?
I watched the entire Muppet Show, just like everybody else. Put on your headphones. Fine. Be that way. I'm gonna go stab a princess and probably have an argument with a narrator while I'm at it because it's been that kind of day. Yes, please do go support Anchor 643 or at least check it out. The trailer is really good. Good night, 4 rats. We will see you in Valhalla. Yes, Wendy. Thank you very much. All right. So I need to get the game set up. Oh, so let us briefly remind people once again about the content warnings.
Basically.
Common phobias, death and dying, horror, mental health and trauma, sound effects, violence. There is a full list of the content warnings in the chat. It may contain spoilers. This is a branching narrative game. We may not encounter all of those. We have also started to assemble a dramatis personae of the characters we encounter through the demo. That may also contain spoilers, but needless to say, we didn't think we'd have to have one, and now we do. So, shall we? All right. God, see, I put the headphones in and the creepy music comes on. And it's like, All right.
I died tragically.
Yes, exactly. All right.
Oh, one last word to the wise. For
Oh,
some
yeah.
deeply weird reason, the game hung badly every time we were in one specific, static, unanimated location last week. We are hopeful that this is just a causal thing, in that it was on Twitch's end. If it does happen again, to save a lot of time, it's not us. It is out of our control.
Yeah, exactly. And see, fun things like that happen. Yeah, we're just gonna kill the princess.
It's fine.
The
I'm
plan.
sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's planned. So here we go. Like I said, we are going to load in to a previous save where we had attempted to put the narrator to proof and not been terribly
And it
successful.
went super well. Just
I think
great.
I can do that with the microphone a little bit. That'll be better. So we're picking up where he said, "No, thou shalt go to the house." So now we are going to the house. All right, and now we are going to proceed into the cabin. Yeah, again and again, it gets a little hiccupy. I'm gonna try something.
I think it might be the twin video signals.
Well, what I'm gonna try doing is maybe I can turn off the preview and see if that makes it a little bit easier for us. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've played this and my laptop fan really starts up when I'm here. Interesting. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, KP. That's a
So
very,
it's
very
good to
useful.
know it may be an intensive bandwidth thing. All right, here we go.
Oh, they've actually talked about how processor heavy the demo is in spots. Stitch, that's
The
really
interior
useful.
of the cabin is
Thank
almost
you.
entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I'm getting the same sort of complaint point from my computer as we did last
Hey,
time.
Percy. Yeah, we are.
Hey, Dark Lord Stone.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Banging. Grab the shack.
We're doing the minimal questions asked playthrough. I mean, I can't kind of ask no questions. Alright, fine.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do really quick, I think there was a button for... I'm going to save this as my stabby slot. There we go. Save. Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I'm not going to argue with the narrator.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Oh, yes.
Who's there?
It's commanding, almost as though she's the one in charge down here.
I've not had this before.
Voice of the... Have we had Voice of the Hero? Of course we had Voice of the Hero. That was the
Several
first
times,
voice.
yes.
Yes.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
She was frightened the first time.
I'm just gonna say hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
She is janiting us.
What do you mean janiting?
That episode of The Good Place where Janet is simultaneously trying
You
to...
walk down the
She's
stairs
completely unrestricted.
and lock eyes with the princess.
No, she's not. She's
There's a
good.
heavy chain around her
Kafan, see?
wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
The episode of The Good Place where they have
She's
to
so
reboot Janet.
coldly beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Is she really a threat to the
But
world?
Janet also has a countermeasure, which means if they get within 3 feet of her reset button,
She starts to
screams
beg
and
for her
begs.
life.
Yeah,
Focus
she's
on the
janiting
task
us.
at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, yes. Yes, I'm afraid I am.
Prepare to die, Hellbeast.
Just
Steel your nerves and step forward.
silently?
Yes!
No, No, yeah, okay,
Well,
you got me.
shouldn't.
Why?
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade.
Drop the blade. Oh, she's pissed
Don't
off
you
now.
dare.
Ooh, fighty.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Guess we're concerned about appearances now, Mr. Hero. Yeah, no.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Yes. Okay, this is the very stabby blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Why should I be?
Or stabbing.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Oh my, she's very forthright this time.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Huh?
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing.
I don't think she's bluffing either.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay. What if she isn't No. Shall we just go for it?
Do it!
Do it. We're going for it.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Ooh. Look at my hand! Look at my hand! Look at my hand! What is that on my hand? Why do I have claws? What is going on here? Look at that!
You have claws. We have
I
claws.
have claws!
We have claws. That
I have
is
claws
scales.
and
Those
dermal
are
armor
scales.
plating. I have at least a +1 to armor because of the poor condition of my skin. Okay. Unfortunately, doubt clouds your judgment. Yes. We lack conviction.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Thanks for that. Okay, Dean, you talk about down to the wire.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Well, this has gone sideways.
Holy shit, that hurt!
Yes, of course it hurt, hero.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Fight!
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
But I'm drawing blood. Look at her expression in this third panel. Nice kick, by the way. You can't normally do that in a dress with a skirt like that.
And heels, too.
Block heels. More like boots. We'll see. I haven't gotten a really good look
We
at
are
it.
not even a little bit human.
We
Look
can
at that
still
final
turn this
hand.
around.
Right? Look at this. We are not even slightly human. Not sure what's going on. No buffering bad. I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay. Finish the job.
Finish the job!
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
I have so many questions.
Excuse me?
Are we... Yeah, I think the processor load here is really heavy.
Folks, truthfully, there is nothing we can do.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
Interesting. Again, narrator has definitely got some sort of skin in the game or a perspective.
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Doesn't do our friend in herself. So herself, princess, our friend, us. Okay.
Are we a drone?
I'm not
Is this
sure
a homunculus?
then. Pausing and then playing again helps a bit. Alright.
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Did we just succeed?
I think we
Did? I can't tell. Okay, so hold on. I'm hearing that if we pause and then return, it might help clear it up a little bit. Did we win?
Oh,
Look, her language bubble color change has happened.
The two of you fall to the floor.
Ooh.
this was fun.
Okay, that line has just created an entire new AO3 tag. But let's move on.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
I'm with you, Rebesco. This is sus. That was way too easy.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would, but I have to wonder,
Oh no.
She's about to pull that out.
do you really think this is the end?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words.
Says the voice of the hero again.
But you don't have the time to worry over such things. Everything goes black, and you die.
So did I win?
So...
Hang on.
Yay. Let's...
Chapter 2, The Fury. Now, I remember
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Been there. She's got to know about the time loop, Rebesco. You're right. She's got to know.
I'm sure you had a "but I just killed her"
Yeah.
option.
Why am I? Yeah, but I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I got her. Why am I
can
here
assure
again?
you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
You are officially gaslighting, Mr. Narrator. I am sus to you.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
And you love that too.
There's nothing we can do to stop her.
Don't you?
She's going to kill us again.
All right, that's a new voice. I'm sorry, folks. I really wish there were things we could do about the leg, but I do think it has to be some sort of setting of the game, and I'm going to do some investigating about it afterwards.
Oh, is there another one of us in here?
I think we're up to like 4 now?
Yeah.
If you go to the cabin, you might as well just throw yourself at her feet and beg for mercy.
I mean, we could. That's
a whole
that's off the
separate
table.
AO3 tag, but yes!
You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff that pathetic little voice to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
So this is the nope, get out of here. That's one of the accomplishments we have. It's called nope. It's when you get to chapter 2 and you're like, I'm out. I bounce. I want to try this idea. Lie. Yep, okay. Definitely gonna slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right?
Ooh.
Please take this seriously.
That's
I am
a good fact.
begging you.
Why? You just gaslit me. I don't like you, narrator. I'm sus.
I have one last warning for you.
Now what? His Johnny's all the way down. What did you say about it earlier? You had some funny line.
She will lie,
Yes.
she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Well, no, now I'm gonna make friends with her because I know you're lying.
It's not her lies that'll stop us. I must admit, I'm a little worried about going back in there. I don't want to be as much of a downer as my new roommate, but we were definitely outclassed last time. She seems more demon than princess.
I don't know. Have you gotten a look at her hands? We more closely match that definition.
Ignore them, they don't know what they're talking about. She's just a princess. Don't get all in your head about it.
Get out of my head, narrator. Fine. Going to the cabin. Going to the cabin and work.
The interior of the cabin is larger than it should be.
I'm sorry,
The
what?
only item of furniture is a plain wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
It is bigger. It's definitely bigger.
It did not previously have columns.
No, it did not.
Also,
The blade
table,
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
The table would give Victorian gentlemen disturbing thoughts about ankles.
Yes. I'm thinking we take the knife.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
She knows about the time loop. The voices know about the time loop. The
Rebecca,
narrator doesn't
so-
seem to know about the time loop.
Just made a very good point as well.
What?
Hero's getting less cockney every time he speaks.
Interesting.
And Johnny is too much of a professional for that to be.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are wide and deep. The air seeping up from below is heavy and oppressive, with an odd, eggy stink to it.
Ew.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
So different physical environments.
Her fierce voice carries up the
Fierce.
stairs.
Who's there?
It's somehow even fiercer than it was before.
He's getting posh.
He is. He's getting posh.
Of course it is. Don't let it intimidate you.
It. We've changed pronouns. It.
Go into the camp.
You carefully make your way down the stairs.
Against Tabby.
The
Oh!
final step, the form of the princess.
That is
comes
a
into
tail?
view, a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Hold on. Who was it that described her as some kind of demon? Wasn't it the hero?
I think it was.
And now look at her. She's got much more of a demon aspect. Huh.
Is it just me, or is she bigger than last time? It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought. I told you. It's pointless.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
pause here a second as everybody makes screenshots and yet another AO3 tag is created. Yes, you may all wife the princess we're about to get our butts handed to us by.
I was wondering when I might have company. Free me from my bindings, and maybe I'll let you live for a while.
You seem very nice. You look nice today.
You look really nice today. Could we negotiate? That's what I'm starting to think, JJ. Is this the hunter's view of the princess? Is this the Broken's view of the princess? Is the person we pick up from the previous playthrough ascendant and therefore she's chimeric?
Oh, the juice.
Okay, that was the ending. And we've unlocked the achievement called The Fury. And all of a sudden I'm hoping we're not hiccuping anywhere near as much. Look, I think we've gotten. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Oh boy. So I'm gonna try and pause here for a minute because our video seems to have caught up a little bit. And I'm hoping, oh yeah, I think we've lost our leg as well. Okay, let's take a second here. Let's take a second. So what have we learned? We've learned that her appearance changes, but that it might be connected somehow to the previous playthrough or the new voice that joins us.
So it becomes potentially a 3-stage process where the nature of the death in the previous iteration brings forth a different aspect. And that aspect is not just an aspect of whatever is riding us, but of her.
So it's not just a roguelike, it's that stinking Zelda map where if you go out and in, you have to go out and in the right way and do it like all of this. We've learned that she's wife. Thank you, Dean. Yes, many of you have learned new things about yourselves.
Two very important things.
Huh.
Well, we've learned one thing, and we've had a second incredibly heavily implied.
What?
We've learned we are not human.
No, we do not appear to be human in the slightest. Hold on a second. What is this very cat vampire appearance going on? Okay, we're gonna have to play this again.
And
we get an internal voice, she gets an external makeover. But yeah,
that's
exactly.
a really good way of putting it. And it seems to be very heavily implied. We are essentially the magical equivalent of a drone. We are a golem or a homunculus being ridden by a personality that is fracturing and is increasingly unclear about what or who it is.
Oh no, I know what monsters do to these people. I've known these names long enough. Right? I'm kind of like... Alright, so let's all take a second and get a little sip of water. The mouse pointer has claws. Yes, it does. Look, 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 look. See? You can't see right now. We're in the wrong screen. Right. So I want to talk just for a second about the achievements that we've unlocked so far, which I may have to refresh.
My favorite one is nope.
Right. So we've on the first playthrough, we unlocked the achievement, The Stranger, which is one of the, I believe, 7 endings for the demo. We also unlocked the real Slay the Princess starts here, i.e. you died. And we unlocked an achievement called Nope. Start chapter 2 and get the heck out of Dodge. We've also now unlocked another one called The Fury. So that is a separate ending.
That? It is a different color.
It just hasn't reset because this was open when the game was running. So we know there are several, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 other endings at least that we have to unlock. So, shall we try it again? In unrelated news, I discovered I had pesto in the fridge, so now I'm making pasta.
Booyah!
Exactly. Did she exist before We the Hero showed up? I don't know. I have lots of questions. But let's try again, shall we? Now, the other thing that we've learned, everybody, is that the lag tends to be processor driven by the game. So there's not much we can do about it, I'm afraid. So thank you very much for your patience as, things kind of fall out of sync. Find us more Johnnies. Okay, yes, let's go find more Johnnies. Is our first run the version of the hero set up for us by a prior encounter? That's a great question. There's no way of knowing. Right. Lovely credits. Never skip the credits. Thank you to all these people. By the way, it's Abby Howard's birthday today. Please do go say happy birthday to them on Twitter. That would be lovely. All right. Load. Here we go. Back into the cabin.
Hey, we're a monster.
I think this time we're going to set her
Gone
free.
to slay your princess.
I think this time we're going to try and let her go. Let's try and let her go.
And even though we're trying, we got a feeling that we're under
The
duress.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade
Yes,
is
Mr.
your
Narrator.
implement.
Nope, not taking it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light.
I feel
in the
like we
room
should
below.
add the different room descriptions
This
to the
is
dramatis
an
persona
oppressive
as
place.
well. Ducky,
The
if you
air
want to
feels
do this.
heavy and damp.
So this one is
A hint of rot filtering
oppressive,
from the ancient
But it's
wood.
not eggy, so
a
the
hint
princess
of
really
rot
lives
from
here.
ancient
Slaying her is
woods,
probably doing her a
small
favor.
cabin, table, chair. There
So
we
the
go.
good news is she's probably not overtly demonic right now.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello?
That's a damsel.
Is someone there?
Right, we've got a very damsel-y voice here. Okay, because she's still in pink.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
He's back to being courtly.
Yes, he is.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Yes. Playing a dangerous game.
We haven't done. I'm here to save you.
I think that's what we're gonna do this time. We're gonna try and save her. But I don't like that it's not a lie.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Nope, we're totally gonna rescue you this time.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. Okay.
You
Full
walk
on
down the
damsel mode.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Right? The fact that there are multiple options there, that you can lie about rescuing her or you can actually rescue her. I bet she can spot lies too. We should put that to the test at some point.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Okay, so let's go back to our theory, because that's what she looks like after we've said we're going to rescue you.
Oh.
That's what she looks like. Because remember, we come into the thing and she says, "Who's there?" And you have a chance to say nothing. Next time, we're going to stay completely silent. I bet she's
Is
chimeric.
she a fucking tulpa?
she's chimeric or something. She's like,
Is she a thought form?
or something like that. She's like picking up on the vibes of what you say. And this time we are going for heroic. We're going to rescue you, and we're going to be forthright and true and not lie. So a playthrough where we lie to her would be interesting, and a playthrough where we say nothing would be interesting. So yeah, let's try these.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Yeah, thought form, Tulpa.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Okay, so let's do some like dialogue
I
exploration.
hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Yeah, psycho-reactive.
Don't do it.
Something.
If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
What do you mean one step closer? Okay, you keep changing. Stop. Bad lawyer. Should we look at the chains, or should we?
I think every time we've talked to her, it's gone pear-shaped.
Yes.
Quite fast.
Okay. I'll examine the chains and I'll see what I can do.
Ooh, going full Bluebeard's wife. That's
You're only
interesting.
making this more difficult.
Has her dress changed? No.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think it has.
You're making a huge mistake.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Okay, so the hero agrees with us. Interesting.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
I would not have done that. There's another pair on the other wall. I would have done that.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Right? Exactly. Examine chains. Go north.
Fetch cheese.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Ooh, how do you know that? Ooh, maybe.
There was literally nothing else up there. Although there's interesting science to be done in. You stay here, we're just going to break line of sight and then we'll come straight back.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, we're gonna go check upstairs and see if there's a key.